Well, hey there. How you guys doing? What's going on? Is it this one? Oh, it's this one. Yes. I told you. We're doing it this way from now on. Because I like it. Do you like it? I do. So that's why we do this. I do enjoy this. This is cozy, huh? Let's talk about the CircleJerk of Life. I was watching a couple, what are they, the Golden Globes or some shit. Oh, Hollywood crew. And what an amazing circle jerk it is. Like, everybody, what up, Mr. Business? Like, everybody just glowing and just falling over how much they love everyone else and how much they, oh, it's just so honored by these people that, who, just, they're so, oh, you guys are doing great work out here. What are they doing? What are they doing? Like what? It's like how to win friends and influence people. Anybody read that book? I never liked that book because it's basically how to be an authentic phony. How to schmooze. Fawning sycophants. This is I like that. Yeah. Like, oh, just so glorious. Like I can just, it just, ugh. And then there are a few that did they had their speeches and whatever, and you could feel they were genuine in what they were saying, but then they cut to the audience. I don't know if you've seen Joaquin Phoenix. He seemed quite genuine. I don't think he was acting that out. You know, because that's the whole thing is like me. You all really, really like me. Oh, is that what they want? Is what people do? Is that how people get around? Like, just like me. Eh. Eh. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck. Just thought I'd say what's up to everybody. What boy? Well, that was you seen that that meme that they with the fucking with the with the frog on the tricycle on the unicycle. What a boy! Is that what he says? Yeah. Anyways, what are we talking about? What do you got? What's going on over there? How's your day going? I really appreciate all of you being here. I'm so happy that you've come around and to say what up. What's going on, Percy? Leo Dust. Leo Dust. What's going on today? What's going on in your world? In this strange, wonderful, whimsical, wacky, zany, crazy world. Somebody give me the jazz hands. Neurotoxin detox. Well, every time I talk, it's to hopefully do that for people's brains to detoxify themselves from the rampant ridiculousness of um, always just well, isn't that nice? You know, I really hate that neurotoxin is a sludge upon the brain of always just saying not rocking the boat, as it were. Like of just going, well, that's fine. We'll eat shit and have that. I have not seen the latest battery tech. What is this about? Because the last one was called the Lion battery, right? The Li lithium ion lion battery, which I found pretty interesting. I love the way they make anagrams out of them. It's an anagram, right? Lithium sulfur, iodized salt extracted from salt water. How interesting. I'll look into that. Lithium used to be like what people took lithium. There used to be springs. You could go to like there were healing springs around, and you'd find certain springs that had lithium in it, and it causes happiness. And the fact that they just extract it from the sea is pretty interesting, huh? And then how batteries used to work in automobiles. You always have to once in a while add. Well, no, you add distilled water because that was yeah. There's already the acid batteries, right? And then they went to alkaline batteries. What's up, Anani Mouse? Where do I find these pictures? I just type something ridiculous in my browser, and then I'll just search. I'll just go find, I don't know. Just type in something dumb. uh, um, yeah, Percy, you were telling me that the other day, man. And it's funny because I looked up the anagram for that. Um, and I did see the alkaline salt as an anagram for his name. So that was I was gonna get back to you on that, and yes, now I do recall. Yes, black and white again, or white and black. I don't know. I just like it because it glows all fancy. I like it because it makes me look like what I look like on the astral room. A giant glowing. Was it who said they finally figured out who I look like after I did this? Was it you yesterday, Percy, last night? Lithium sulfur batteries. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Hmm. Let's see what this can. Let's see what this can looks like on here. Check that shit out. Oh, and apparently, why can some people do reaction videos but other people can't? What did I? My shit got copyright fucked up. It didn't give me a block. It just gave me, copyright strike or copyright claim just means if I make any money off of it, they take it, which I'm cool with. Like what the fuck ever. But like, how's everybody else making these videos where they play something that's not doesn't seem copywritten, and then all of a sudden, what the fuck did I do? The fuck did I do? It's not like my channel is monetized anyways, so I don't know how it really matters. But oh well, move on from that. Um, it will save hundreds of lives of kids in cobalt mines in Africa. Cobalt. Um, I assume you're saying that seriously. I just don't, I don't know anything about like the uh, the mining of cobalt. Only thing I know about cobalt is the color blue black. That's what I know about it. Do you think maybe, Mr. Bim? Do you think maybe I do? Yeah. I mean, it's. I've always said it this way. I mean, they have complete control over how many people get to watch my videos. There's nothing I can do about it. It's not like so like there must be enough people that allow my information, whatever I'm saying, to get to certain people. I mean, it's certainly doing. They're like, someone's kicking somebody in the nuts and they're lighting their farts on fire. That's where you get a million views because that's what people. I mean, it's funny. I watch the fucking videos. I think they're hilarious. But um, in one sense, do most people even want to know what the fuck I'm saying? Will they sit down and listen for an hour or two? Probably not. But at least there's enough people within the establishment that do think there are certain people that are yeah, in tune or in line with what I'm saying, and they need or require whatever I'm talking about. Um, and I get, it's called like the trickle down theory. It's not like trickle down economics, but it's like there's certain people that like you can't give pearls to swine type of thing, because what are they going to do with it anyways? Or if you give somebody a piece of information but they don't have the whole gambit of idea, then it'll go, you know, it can go sour. Like the way people you give people just enough information to make a mess, not the whole information of like really what's going on, how to cook, how to do something, and they can so there's that. So I've always said, as much as it sucks sometimes, and I'm like, well, apparently my channel is 6.5 thousand subs, or even, I don't know, maybe less, maybe more. I don't fucking know. How would I know? How do I have? Why would I have privilege of that information according to the people that own YouTube? I mean, it's their shit, right? I get to use it for free, right? So, I mean, I get that, but there is a eh what the fuck are you gonna do about it? So I just get down here and talk to you guys, and then you guys do with it what you like. Yeah, what are you cooking, Percy? What's up, Griff? Mr. Bizzles. Yeah, I wonder whenever people do, because I know people do. People always tell me like, yo, they put it on like, you know, I've had people put it on like at pubs, at bars. I've had people tell me like they watch it with their family, blah blah blah. And I always wonder whenever people turn on my channel, like at what point do they find it, and what the fuck am I talking about? Because it's obviously sometimes I'm ranting about some ridiculous left like over there shit. And other times I'm like, here's this piece of information. And because there's so many videos, is it oversaturated? Should I make less videos? I don't know. I do them because it's for me and my personal diary that I get to share with all of you. That's how I see it. Sometimes I feel like, oh, it'd be nice if more people noticed, because it probably would be helpful, the things I'm saying. But what's up? What's up, Sky 5D? Yeah, I seen some of your videos the other day. Yeah. What's up, man? What's the good word today? What's the subject of chatter? What do we This is like the motherfucking barbershop or some shit. It's like the it's like the view. You can get up and have some coffee and some wine at 11 o'clock, and watch the view. Just me ranting on my opinions on things. And I was gonna do that show about the best of 2019 and the worst of it. And I was like, everybody does that. I don't know. Just another year. Uh, Thoughts on raw milk? Yeah. Integration. It's a good word. I'll dig into that in a second. Thoughts on raw milk? I've always been a proponent of raw milk. If it has the living enzymes in it, just like raw cheeses, um, milk is milk is the mother's milk. Period. I don't care what animal it comes from. Goat, cow, um, camel, human. All of the mother's milk is still milk. You know what I mean? There's something to milk. The milkman, 33, Eminem, blah, 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 all that shit. And it's, yeah, why not? You ever you drink milk? It tastes chocolate milk, the milk of ambrosia. Shit's awesome, and it's very. Most people think milk is. Um, See, if you have milk that has already been pasteurized, which means cooked, so now it's not, it's soup, it's milk soup at that point. That's what causes all of the phlegm and backup and bacteria and shit in the body. But if you have raw milk, it's actually quite the opposite. It's quite cleansative to the human system, because you have all of the bacteria that's going to digest all the enzymes that are going to digest Not only the milk that's in your body, but like anything else that needs, digested to be digested in your system. So yeah, milk's where it's at. I mean, I don't drink a lot of milk, like a little spot and some coffee or whatever. But then again, I don't have access to a cow, a goat, a whatever. I don't mind raw milk. If milk is good enough to grow a baby from the point that it comes out the womb till whatever years old, to grow the baby that much, must be something significant about it, you know? Why can you always give cat, when you little kitty cat, give him some milk, right? This is like 60s, 70s. You always put a plate, little saucer of milk down for the cat, right? And there's probably some allegory in that if you really want to dig into all the other stuff that I talk about. A saucer, a cat, milk, moon, cheese. There's probably some allegory there. We won't do that right now, though. Integration. Yeah, I mean, integrate where you got to, I guess. Society as a whole should already be integrated. I mean, we all have the internet, yet we all find these clubs, these tiny little pockets of pieces of information and people. I'd watch this video by. Let's see if I can make a jump to this idea. It was, what's the dude's name? Flat Earth dude, from Texas, lived in his van for a bit. Y'all know who I'm talking about, I'm sure. Well, he did a video with two people that apparently were his friends and from like church. D Marble. D Marble, yeah. Kind of confusing. His last name's Marble. Blue Marble, huh? I don't know. He used to go to church. I guess he still might. I don't know if he's still Bible-ish. I don't know. But he really puts out the flat Earth information. And he's doing an interview with two of his apparently friends. And I'm just sitting there like, I couldn't watch it because it was so. I was like, these two people are your friends? Because they believe that the Earth is a ball still. And they're like sitting there literally laughing at him. Like while he's sitting there. I'm like, how are these people so ignorant, first of all? And why are you sitting there talking? Like they were dolts to me. They were complete clowns. They were uneducated. Their vernacular was, everything about them. I was like, that's the breed around it. Like this is a church. I don't know about those two, but I just couldn't watch it because I was like, church is church and state, man. I don't know. Such a divisive force. It's so ridiculous. I was watching this show called was it Dracula? Was it Dracula? The new it was on Netflix. And there's this woman that was a Christian and she was like, chasing Dracula for years. And they were talking and she said something to Count Dracula about being a vampire and why he kills people, and he's like, you don't even understand that the church is the greatest source of segregation and terror to the human species. And now you said the word integration, so I said the word segregation because that's all we see. You got to segregate it by what city, what state, what area code, what country you live in, what religion are you, how does that shit still exist? Like, who is anybody human anymore? What is it now? Is it just us gods and some humans? That's the only division? Is that what it is? I don't know, but it's the how do you integrate into a system that includes, if the system itself is a system of segregation, how would you want to integrate into a system that segregates things? And that's what society tends to do. That's what, when I say society, when I say culture, I'm I'm talking about like look at all of the things that are going on. You're either part of this team, you're part of that club, you're part of the, and they don't integrate. They choose not to because like, well, those ideas are no, I'm not part of that. So the whole game is always a segregation game. What team do you play for? Well, like I don't play for no team. I play for this is me. This is me and us. That's what we got. It's me and all of us. That's either way. I'm not like that side or that side. It doesn't work for me. It's all for one and one for all, something like that. Isn't that what they said? Annabelle, what's up, man? Goat milk, man. The egret forums. Yeah. Um, I made a video a while ago about our our pro athletes and politicians and things. Are they physical versions of people's collective mindset? You know, are they types of egregors? Possibly. I don't know. You know, there's a couple other words in magic that people create. They create objects, and then the up level to that is creating um, something that has its own. It's very akin to what science does these days. What they do with technology to create entities seemingly alive with all of the now that's it's kind of like the show where what's the name of it? It's Netflix. It's really third season's really interesting. The dynamic. I'm trying to find the name of the show right now. It's not Black Mirror. It's the one where there's a they go into a village, and the village is all robots, and so these human beings go into this place that's all synthetics, and then the synthetic things start to gain awareness. Yeah. The hell is the name of that show? Very interesting though. Cannabear, what did you heard there are random miracle goats? What do you talk about, Canterbury? I heard that it's sometimes caused by pituitary defect. What's caused by pituitary defect? So you got that's the mother gland, right? Westworld. Thank you, Mr. Bizzles. Westworld. If anybody haven't seen it, it's really there's a lot of interesting things in that. Uh, when I first watched it, I was not digging it in the first episode, and then after that, I was like, oh, this shit is pretty fucking slick. But what are you talking about? The pituitary is the secondary mother gland, right? You get the three major ones. Was it the hypothalamus, the pituitary, and the pineal? That's the three. So the pineal is the father gland, right? The pituitary is the mother gland, and then the hypothalamus is that the third one? The goat started milking one day. That's hilarious. Did you maybe eat some mushrooms or something? That's very interesting. Um, I've known a couple women that claim that they just always produce milk. Um, I've not known them personally, but I've heard of these things. And if you get back into the theory that everything initially was just a woman, and then the clitoris and into the penis, and then it inverted things. I mean, I forget the name of that theory because there are some species that do that. What are they like? The seahorses, maybe one of them. Isn't that where the male gives birth? Anyways, so maybe. So women always say, "We don't need a man." I don't know how you're having a child unless there was the power of the woman to create a child on their own. Maybe thought forms. But if they did, then why would they produce a man? What would be the point of that? And why all this? How come men? Here's a question for everybody. Why do men grow beards and have chest hair and women do not? There must be a reason for it. There must be a reason. Is it just because women like facial hair? And they like that? Is that what it is? I don't know. And what is it about that point? Some women do, yeah, can of bear, but you know what I mean. As a general rule, you can pretty much. There's a wild difference between masculine and feminine aspects. It's a please to women. Yeah, women tend to be shorter. Women have. Okay, look at. See how my arm can't go up all the way because I have this muscle here. Women don't have that. Anybody remember? What's up, MLK? Who you banned from? What band are you in? Why do roosters have more extravagant feathers? Yeah, everybody cawing, roostering around, huh? First, they need somebody to nag and put the bins out. This is true. I don't know why I keep doing that. There's a lost logic that I keep doing. Wait, back to myself. There we are. Isn't that like peacocking? Yeah, man. I guess everything comes down to what is life but a dance? I guess. Is it a comedy drama? Is it a dance? Is it a? But then you have to ask yourself, if it's a dance, then why motherfucking most white people cannot dance? It's like it's reserved for melanated people. There's no rhythm. White people don't have rhythm. And what you talking about? I'm okay. You're not interrupting. What are you banned from? I don't understand. But what is it about like just naturally? Is it just is it in the DNA, as it were? Why is it because of cultural like you grow up not dancing? I don't know. I mean, it's like you see people that just can't. Like, if you can't dance, you can't fuck. It just is. I mean, there are a select number of non-melanated Caucasian-esque folk that can dance and thereby fuck, but or make love, whatever you'd like to refer that, as. But yeah, the dancing thing, like, how can you not? How can you not be able? Like, when people are just so like, I don't even know. I can't even. I couldn't dance bad if I wanted to. I mean, maybe like on purpose to be silly, but no, I don't know. That's like that. There's some strange questions I have for the universe. If I met God and could ask God anything, I would ask that question: Why can't white people dance? Um, I'd ask why men have facial hair and don't. Um, I would ask like mundane, like just ridiculous questions like that. Is the purpose of life for white people to learn how to dance? Is that what it is? Hey, give me a second. Let me go piss. I'll be right back, y'all. Maybe we'll have a dance class. Maybe we'll set this up and I'll dance for you guys. Every time I piss in the toilet, I really feel like I've wasted my piss. Okay, so where are we at here? If you like to dance, are you good at dancing or just a fool? I like that. I like that. I'm okay. Yeah, yeah. You fool around, man. Gotta be foolish, man. You know, time to be a child, be a kid. Kids dance. Children dance. They just, they just fucking. Isn't that the Alan Watts bit that he talks about? A child grows up dancing, moving to its own rhythm, own instructions. And then at 5 years old, a parent, puts the child into dance class. And then they stand straight. Here's the steps to the dance. They go through life, and then all of a sudden they become they become a dancer, even though they're already dancing. And then after they've learned all of the dance techniques, they already had them, then they go and dance freely again. It's like this weird. You already were dancing. What was the hiccup there? Why was there like a in the system? Why? Must structure this. Must have structure and order. This is how you dance. This is how you dance, motherfucker. Two-stepping through life, huh? MLK, you're sort of white. You're sort of white. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hippies, them hippies, man. It's like, yeah, I'm the king of the hippie gypsies, man. Even though I'm not a hippie, they just assume I am. I am kind of ish, but not really. I shower enough. I don't dread my hair out. You didn't waste it. Thank you, Jay Marley. Yes, at least somebody will get the benefits. Um, they'll get the benefits of my urea somewhere down the line, down that sewage waste pipe and they'll extract it. Yeah, certainly. I can help where I can. I feel like I've done my service by pissing into a toilet. You're definitely one of them. Armstrong's Water of Life. Oh, with raw milk. Yeah. Charles Porter, raw milk. There's when I go back to my crib, I'll pull out a book and read you all about raw milk. I did a video maybe 2 years ago when I was at the beach. When I was living at the beach, and I did a video. I, it might You might be able to find it by typing in milk. I don't know if I tagged it afterwards as such, but I did. I read a. It wasn't the whole chapter because it's long, but maybe I'll go do that today. That'll be my gift to you guys this evening. I'll read you a whole book on a whole chapter. It's basically maybe 20 pages. It's called uh, Cow Pus and Bee Puke, and I might even titled it Cow Pus and Bee Puke. And it was like when I was really going off on the whole vegan bullshit, and I had to give a little information. I had to let these motherfuckers know. Or white is it? What's the other one? There's two chapters: cow pus and bee puke and white grass juice. White grass juice. Yes, there you go. If you consider the what the cow does, it eats grass that has no fat in it and turns it with water and grass and sunlight into fattiest milk. Teachings of Don Juan. Um, that's Carlos Castaneda, right? Is that the one where he sews the gecko's eyeballs shut? I think that's one of the shaman that sews it tells the dude that sew the eyeball shut of the one gecko, so it goes and finds the sister gecko. I wasn't really vibing with that part of the book. But I mean, as a whole, it was pretty good. The teachings of Don Juan. Oh, you haven't got that far yet, but that's probably the book. So I hope I didn't. Spoiler alert: that happens. My bad. It's an old book. I think I'm allowed to. If it just came out last week, like a movie, it's kind of yeah. You don't spoil the movie, but so I've been watching John Levi's new work. Every Sunday he puts out a video, and it's always amazing the research he comes across, and it's just the whole thing, the mud floods, the history of the fires in major cities. It's so baffling. It's like you hear about the Great Fire of New York, Chicago, blah blah blah. Why the same year? Like really, right around the same time, all those cities just like magically there was a fire that one year and just wiped the city out. How could that happen? If you were to maybe there's a Wikipedia page of a list of every great fire in every city. Maybe like how could that really occur? And it's always like cow kicked over a flame. A woman forgot to a dude was smoking a cigarette and dropped it in his bed. Burnt down the whole city. It's just like it's so. Let me grab this telly over here so I can put some music on the background because uh, I want to. Just get little tunes in the background. Hey, right on time. It's 1:11, huh? Fire swept through the stone buildings, isn't it? It's so contrived and tenuous. Yes, it's very contrived, and it's like, well, but why? Like, how was a grand population? How did that all happen? Like that we didn't notice that that's completely ridiculous. I mean, hey, we are all ignorant at some point in time about things, but certainly, you know, nobody noticed that that was kind of weird that fire, even though you make fireplaces out of bricks and mortar because they don't burn, that these houses that were made out of bricks burnt down. Isn't that just completely the most ridiculous thing? Yeah, we're sitting here as a totality, and people they they they're into that. They buy into that. It's like, yeah, of course it did. Think it could be tech resets. I'm kind of buying into the idea of those kind of things. Is it? I've traveled a little bit, and I know people that have been to different countries, et cetera, et cetera. And do they just move populations to the next zone or something? I don't know. I don't know. It seems plausible, I suppose, but for what reason? Like people that want to upgrade their existence kind of do it anyways. They like, I'd rather be I'd rather be in the country milking cows because I enjoy that. And then they alter their position. So I want to be in a technological society where the streets are flat and I get to put a suit on and I can pay the prostitutes for sex. And some people are like, oh, I want to find that organic motherly something. And then you got these people, you have these different, and you go through life looking for different types of things as an adventure. So I don't know about so that's the only part that I'm not getting about the larger idea of what the reset was for. I mean, there you go. There's a reset button right there. Go ahead and push it. Push it. It's right there. It says it right there. Reset the game, huh? Little background music for the day. What I got here? Okay, yeah, okay. So further that concept, when the masses start to see the bigger picture, well, okay, certainly, but how could they have seen the picture back then unless there was high technology? You know, meaning that the high technology is just we could see as the internet now. So it would seem that most people would would understand like a fraction of what we're talking about, and that would be enough to go, okay, everything's kind of fucking weird. The whole system's a little. But how did that happen back then? Was there that kind of, was it already there? Has the internet always existed? There's a tough one. Did it always exist? Was it always there? But it was only granted to the population, certain areas at certain times. Canada, where are written accounts of, yeah, yeah. So has the wireless technology already been there because the book's already been burnt? Yeah, Griffin, with you on that. Yeah, and I think part of that is like, sometimes in meditation you can find something, or sometimes when you're, getting into that dream realm, you get downloads of things. Yeah, certainly humans are the highest form of technology, but if you start calling yourself technology, then who was my maker? Are you my god? Did you make me? Do we make ourselves in laboratories and we're sitting on some spaceship and we've. Well, that was weird. The morphogenetic resonance field starts to permeate exponentially. Uh, yeah, but where would that start from? Would that start from, that the hundredth monkey thing? Because there are times when you know people that are very high level knowing something, but it didn't change the world. You know, they're just there as an epicenter of things of sorts. And then now, if there's 100 of those monkeys, right? Then all of a sudden, is that the exponentially where the J curve, the uptick in all of the, because McKenna said it happened in 2012 with the along with the Mayans in 2012 and the novelty theory and all of this. You'd have to eat your grandma's diarrhea. What does that even mean, Cannabear? Oh, that's so gross. Oh, you have to read your grandma's diaries. Okay, I read that all wrong. And I was using the horrible handwriting as an example. I have horrible handwriting, until unless I don't want to. If I'm just jotting something down for myself, because I write very fast. But if I can write, you know, nice. But it doesn't. It's like it's that quote. How could a poet ever suffer from writer's block, whereas I, on the other hand, have too many ideas and I don't have enough space to get it all out. You know, and I think most people have that. J Marley, what does the term grid worker mean to you? I think it's I mean, you got, uh, you got light workers, grid workers, blah blah blah. If everything's a grid, I I I I I would turn that into the idea of a gritty city. See, if you turned something gritty city, it's like rough like sandpaper, but it could just mean grid city, like grid, like you know, whenever you look at things from a top down perspective and you see like there's ancient architecture here, there's a map, there's ley lines, there's all sorts of shit. Yeah, I assume the idea of a simulation or something but it's a little, it seems a little more tangible, doesn't it? You know, was it plotted down here from another realm? Could be. You know, like that Rick and Morty shit, microverses and things. People who are grid workers, well, I mean, you kind of have to see it as a possibility, considering there are people that you know, here's this block that there's kind of, that's their block, that you know, that area. So in an organic fashion, yeah, in a larger light worker, grid worker thing, I think there's a lot of people out there that just go, "Hi, I'm Samantha from the Pleiades. I'm a grid worker, blah 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 blah." Or and they're always good-looking girls and well put together dudes, and I'm always very suspect of that shit. I mean, they could be, you know, it could be. Would have to type to be worth the time she grew up on a okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got you, Cannon Bear. Yeah, I know. I was, yeah, yeah, illegible. Yeah, 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 Cannon Bear. You're part. You're part native, like full on Native American, or Native American like crossbred from like European ancestor came and crossbred with a native of the land, and you're like two generations beyond that, or well, hello to everybody in the background. Apparently, there's 19 beings here. Feel free to say hello, ask a question, say what up. Feel free to join the conversation. Ooh, Griff, that's an interesting question. I don't know that. Hmm. I'll meditate on that a little bit, man. That's pretty. What's the deal with people who say your blood is your soul? That's tough, man. Because I've always been under. I'll give you this much. Water, water is the structure that contains the elements that become blood. So what is blood? It's primarily water, and then a bunch of other substances. And mainly, I think it's probably the reason they call us iron-rich beings is Iron Man, iron blood, and so iron rusts. That's what makes your blood red. So the blue from the blood and exposed to oxygen changes it to red. That's the theory. Um, I don't think there's supposed to be so much iron, if any, in our blood. But then the iron is what keeps us like Iron Man, right? Technological and connected to the energies. Like you can you can put certain metals. If you put certain metals near magnetics, the magnet pulls it, right? You can charge metal with with the magnetics. So I think there's something, a pull between something going on with the magnetics of the earth, and your blood using iron, which I think is not necessarily supposed to be part of your blood. I think that maybe that was one of the first things that was introduced into our diet. Consider all of the cereals have iron in it, iron fortified. Why? Why? For what? I think that would clue people into, you know, what your blood should be and what it's become. We've tainted our blood, obviously. And was that done to us purposely through ruling elite controllers that have knowledge, and they fed, our ancestors information that was untrue, that kept them connected to a bloodline? Would the bloodline be part of the metals that are in your blood, and is that Are those metals in your blood? Kings wear gold, right? Silver, and then you have gold, silver, and bronze, and you have the heavy metals. You have the ones that are malleable, formable, and seemingly like they're helpful to the human disposition, body, mind. Then you have ones that seem to be getting in the way, and then we have to wonder, why are we introduced nickel and iron and certain things into our diet that don't. Why would that be in there? Unless it was to control us. Like, really buy into the extra. We're all just made in a laboratory shit. Maybe, but now the connection of that versus the pineal gland being the seat to the soul. I suppose there could be, look into your pineal and your spine, pineal, penis, from your penis to your pineal gland. There seems to be a fluid that kind of works, and it seems to be clear. It seems to be clean. It seems to be water based. So why is the structure inside of your bones, the inside of your bones, what's in there? White blood cells? Why is your spinal fluid clear, but then the rest of your body has blood in it that's red? Hmm. Why do people that have red hair get burnt in the sun quicker? What's the red hair? It's oxidized, right? Even if your hair is supposedly silica, right? And so red haired, more iron rich people. And isn't iron connected to Mars? And that's why you call people with red hair Martians, the red planet. Why does their skin get burnt quicker? What's happening? And why do other people um, get a tan and become melanated? And why is melanin? If you look up the cost of purchasing gold, here's the three most expensive things on the planet that I know of. It's gold, saffron, and melanin. You can buy it. Gold, saffron, and melanin. What's going on there? So there's that. I don't know. I don't know about the pineal being the seat of the soul. I mean, I know that, but Jay Marley, yeah, siesta keys, ketonic science. I think you got ketonic or kalantic. Yeah, I'm still unfamiliar with kalantic. I'll look it up. Remind me after the show, or I'll come back and check it out. Yeah, it's well, they say Siesta Keys is all of that sand on there is supposedly crystal from the old Crystal City. A lot of people think that the Atlantis, that's where it fell, right there, and all of the crystal grid city fell apart and became part of that beach, which is why it's, and there's a lot of beaches around there too that have quartz crystal sand based. Like some beaches you go to, and what happens? It's 90 degrees out and it's too hot to walk barefooted on. But in Siesta Keys, you can walk barefooted. Where I lived in Orange Beach, you could walk barefooted. It doesn't make your feet hot. But other places have different kind of sand. What's that about? Different type of city, different type of, you know. So I'll look into that. That's interesting. Quarter Mohican Scottish mutt. Yeah, I figured there was some Scottish or something in you. Cannabar, Mercury, and yeah, well, Mercury Gold, yes. This is Ayurveda. So, the idea that Mercury is poisonous is, I think, a falsity. The same way, um, who's that dude that did the video on, this is back in the late 80s, I think. And he used to work with mining a certain type of element that they put into, oh, what the hell was it? Somebody could probably put it in there. You're probably getting what I'm saying already. I just watched this video the other day again, and he was talking about mining a certain element that you're not supposed, it's supposed to be very radioactive, and he would just sit there and he'd eat it. He's like, it's not. He's like, so am I a proper waste disposal? He says, and he licks it, and he says, I've put it through my body, and it doesn't. He's like, I've been doing this for years. Um, and so yeah, so that and mercury and eating gold is an interesting one. I've watched a lot of the a lot of the monks. I think your boy Sadhguru does a video on that, on him mixing mercury and gold and using it as medicine. There you go. Yeah, magnetizing the lower frequencies. I think so. There you go, Percy. Printer ink, Botox, and botulism. Printer ink is the funniest one to me. Printer ink is the funniest. It's so obscene. It's very obscene how costly it is for no reason at all. That is that is one of the highest markups on what it costs to produce something and what you're paying for it. I mean, because look at all of the things that they've gone through to make sure you can't just, because I remember back in the day you could buy ink for next to nothing, put into and you could refill the cartridge. And now they've gone through so many things to make the cartridges not refillable and put so many kind of like bullshit on them that you can't just put cheaper ink in it. So you got to buy. That's crazy. Yeah, Divine Hazel. Yeah. Depleted uranium, exactly. I think it was uranium. Yeah, old timers brag they used to play with mercury. Well, well, you guys are playing with mercury right now. Come on. I'm double mercury. Mercury, sun, and moon. Y- Y'all knew that though. Why do you think I glow? Oh man. Yeah, I mean, Percy, yeah, obviously, you don't want to be eating too much of that. And the MS is caused by as well a breaking of the myelin sheath and screwing with the neurology. So there's two ways of fixing that, and include lots of use of oil to rebuild the myelin sheaths, and fasting obviously is going to help, and then uh, sunlight, walking. Just the just standard seven great gods. What are the seven great gods? Exercise, sunlight, um, clean water, good relationships. There's a few things that go into that, but yeah, there's a few ways MS can be reversed. But if you didn't know too, um, MS is quite literally the same thing as what did people used to get 1930s, 40s, 50s, and then they made a vaccine, and the only thing that really has apparently been cured, the vaccine, polio. Polio. They cured polio. No, they didn't. They changed the name. They changed the name to a bunch of different things that are basically the same thing as MS, and it's the same shit. There you go, Johnny K. Yeah, it's all the same thing. I mean, disease is as easy as it's all it is tubes in your body being obstructed by something. That's all it is. Disease. What in your body isn't a bunch of tubes? Your bones are tubes, your blood vessels are tubes, You have a tube from your mouth to your ass. You have tubes in your eye. You have tube from your ear, and down your throat. You have your pores that are tubes. Your hair is a tube. It's all tubes. And anytime something gets obstructed, that's the cause of whatever disease. And some of the pathways of, you could call it energetic pathways, blood pathways, nutrient pathways. If those become unblocked, disease goes away. Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, boxing is gonna do a little bit too, man, because banging the skull around, banging the brain around in your skull is not gonna. That's not gonna be really helpful. That's definitely gonna cause some some bruising where it shouldn't be. And I'd be one to say that I side with the people that are boxers that say boxing gloves are maybe maybe the cause of most of the trauma. Just like in football, it was safer to play without as many pads when they were wearing the leather helmets. It was safer to box, fisticuff, because you can knock somebody out, sure, but it's not as repeated trauma. It's like it's gonna be bloodier, sure. You can cut somebody with a knuckle real easy, but to punch somebody for 36 minutes, like 12 rounds or 3 minutes, that's insane to think about, really. I mean, it should be. So yeah, the type of trauma that happens to the brain because of wearing helmets, it, that's yeah. No, really? Okay, nice, dude. Yeah. Bare knuckles where it's at, man. Like, you got your problem. Somebody's talking shit in the street. You can be like, 1 second, sir. Let me put my my mitts on here. Now let's go. uh, what's up, peace, love? You think God is just the form of the word go? Yeah. Yes. I did a video a while back. You could probably find it. It's called God, Good, Goad, and Goat. And God is spelled Gaud. Look that up, and it'll explain the etymology of all of that. And I kind of got deep into that. Yeah, Goat, and then you got like Gott, like the Gottfrieds and the Gothams, Gotham, Batman, and all that shit. I don't know if I got into Batman on that one, but it's definitely a connection. Yeah, the goat gods, the gods. Look if you can find it. So I think it might be, maybe it was called Goat God and Good. Maybe I call things gaudy. What is that? Gaudy, gaudy. Like that's so gaudy. Like when someone's dressed to the nines plus like peacocking feathers and shit. Fucking gaudy. Or then you got the Gaudis, right? Gottis. Arthritis is pure candida, yeast mucus, fibromyalgia. Uh, yeah, arthritis is connected, I think, less to candida and more to salt consumption. Where I think salt consumption might kill some candida, and candida is yeast. Yes, candida is yeast and causes mucus, correct. But the arthritic thing I think is more salt driven, and that's clogs of. It always happens in the joints too. You don't get candida in the joints. That's more of a skin disorder that comes out because of eating too much. Like the wheats, the sugars, and things and they're causing more bacteria in the body. And those bacteria come out of the skin, where the salt I think is more connected to arthritic type shit. What's up, Divine Hazel? Yeah, yeah. Arthritic is too much salt and holding anger. This is why people are salty. Like I know whenever like I'm feeling salty, I can always sense that I have like a you know something kind of in one of my joints and one of my bones, and I kind of feel like like crack a knuckle. Yeah, there's always a connection there. And I realized it completely maybe like 15 years ago. Maybe it was it that long? But I was taking some cell salts and some other things, and I was like, oh, this will help. Whatever. I'll take this salt and I'll take this salt, and I put Himalayan salt in my and all of a sudden I had literally had bumps on my knuckles. I'm like, what the fuck? I just started doing a distilled water fast. I just went right away. Yeah, and that holding anger thing, that's much connected to what the kidneys is anger, right? Divine Hazel, kidney is anger. What's my preferred salt for cooking with? Um, man, whatever I got around. But I do. Trader Joe's had this collection of the 7 continents worth of sea salt, or well, not sea salt, but just it was all the different colors of salt. And you gotta add a little salt to your life. Not too much, but I like those because it was black, there was red, there was a blue, there was a white with blue speckles in it. There was a toast, a smoked one, and then obviously the pink Himalayan. Although I've heard many ideas that the pink Himalayan isn't always actually that salt. Um, I don't know. It's like just like standard fucking white salt. But if you're cooking, if you're making a dessert though, there's specific salt that you want to put on top. I like black, like not black salt, like the sulfur rich black salt, which is used in a lot of Indian cooking, has a very specific flavor. It's not just salty. It's very, very aromatic. So that not that black salt, which is like a black lava salt. But I've heard that there's some black lava salt you can get that is alkalinic. So if you're into that alkaline acid shit, there's a black lava salt. I believe Hawaiian black lava salt. It's supposed to be quite healthy. So maybe look into that. Yeah, there you go, Divine Hazel. That is the kidneys. Which is quite interesting in the sense of like if your kidneys and your eyes, your kidneys, but your adrenals, your eyes, and your if you're a man, your testicles, or you're a woman, your ovaries. There's a connection to those things. It runs that same path, and it's like when you're like fed up or something. Like when like growing up, if you're not jerking off, if you're not masturbating, you get intense. You get like wound up. You have to release the demons, as it said. That's a that's a real thing. You don't get laid in a while. They'll harbor some energy that everybody's like, oh, I haven't no nut November, no fat bullshit. Like yeah, it stores some energy, but like that can go too much for people, and it causes that cause like you can't give people too much energy. Omika sells it. Here, check this shit out. Look what I got the other day. Check this out. I think this stuff is pretty awesome. And I'll get a beer while I'm at it. Oh, did that one break? Oh no. No. Nope, did not die. That one's still living beer. Check this shit out. Ugh. Fermented honey sauce with garlic in it. This shit right here. This shit is. I made I had a pork loin that for the puppy because she's been a good puppy, so I got her a pork loin, and I used this as like a demi glace to help to sweeten it up. This is fantastic stuff, and just eating it by the spoonful is really good. Yeah, it is. Let me see what's going on here. Yeah, it's really interesting. Like, so the little cloves of garlic are already, they look to be already, I don't know if it's the honey that makes them brown or if they had roasted them first. I can't tell. Either way, it's fantastic. It's really good stuff. Pork for the pup, yeah. I might have had a little piece. Yeah, it was I used like so the marinade that I made um was soy sauce, mustard, garlic. Uh, that was the main. Oh, and then a little bit of this was I used the honey as the sweetener. Black pepper, white pepper. Yeah. It was pretty good, pretty good. I still got one piece left. I was saving it for the dog for later. So she was. Hold on, I gotta wash my hands. I got some honey on it, some fermented honey. Oh yeah, then I also use like oregano, thyme, and something else. Yeah. I think the breaking down of the heavy metal is something that occurs too, which obviously acids help do. So when people getting this alkaline shit, it's not breaking down the heavy metals in the body. Iridologists, yeah, it gets stuck in parts of your eye. Like I know that I've always had an issue. You can see it right here. You see right there. And then down here, I have a little bit of, and it's connected to one of my kidneys from earlier in life. And so this eye has always been a little more fucked up. I do have it in this eye a little bit. Let's see. It's not really showing up that well on here. That's not actually, but that one does right there. Hmm. Haha, Jay Marley, get your dog fixed as if they're broken. I know. What do you need? Some pettings, dog? As soon as you said that, Meatwad walks up. Look at her right here. You wanna see her? You wanna say hi? Say hi. Say hi. That's you right there. Come here. Yes. Yeah, it's so funny. There's always signs around New Orleans that say "curb your dog." Curb your dog. I'm like, that's terrible. You know what curbing someone is? That's like stomping their head into the curb. Come on, you wanna come up here? Sometimes she just stares at me and I'm like, can you stop that right now? Can you just stop staring at me? What do you want? You want playtime? Hi. Hi. I need to feed her. Does she not look well fed? Look at her. What are you doing? Here, do you want to say hi? Okay. Give me a second. I'm gonna give my dog some snacks. Yes, you want some foodies? Fat pig. Come here, fat piggy. We'll give you some of this. You know, I'll put some. Oh, I know what you want. Here. Oh yes. How did I forget this? There you go. That's so funny. Like I gave her some food and she looked at me like, why didn't you put yogurt on that? She was waiting for me to put yogurt in her food. Siphon. That's very funny. That's very funny that you have a wrench. When did I give you a wrench? Was that a long time ago? That's so funny because I was watching somebody's show a while ago, and they just basically if someone comes to the room they just give them a wrench. But I can't do it from here. It's a wrench means that you have the liberty of deleting people's comments. That's crazy. That's crazy as fuck to me, because I don't have the capacity to do that. I don't remember doing that. So weird, huh? That's exceptionally weird to me. I mean, I don't. I mean, I don't. It's like I don't know you well enough to give you a wrench to have control over my channel. So I don't know why you have one. And I don't. And I would have to go to an actual computer to take it away from you. But I think you'd be. I think you'd be. I don't think you'd delete people's comments on purpose. Are there sites in Minnesota that I'm aware of? You should check out John Levi's channel. Maybe he's given some. What site in Minnesota? He might even live out that way. You might look that up. John Levi. Jonlevi. I know he's in the Midwest somewhere. Siphon? Are you just siphoning? No, I've seen Siphon before. I've seen him here. I don't. Salt Lake City, Utah. Yeah. Excuse me. John Levi does a really big video on Salt Lake City and its connection to the Mormons and how big and quickly the city supposedly arised. Johnny K, Minnesota. How do they even talk? How do they talk there? They got a funny accent, huh? Yeah, of course, Divine Hazel. Yeah. Throw some energy that way. Divine Hazel here. Have some. Tell him. There's some big energy right there. Jay Marley, you got a pug. I was just scrolling back through the pug is still dropping seed. Don't you? Isn't it something like "Don't you know"? Isn't it something kind of almost like a maybe? See, meet while I got you. Meet while I got you right there. She just sneezed. She was sneezing something out. Some bad energy. Um, don't you know? It's almost kind of Scottish, maybe Irish-ish. Yeah, you're hung like a manatee. A five-legged. Could you imagine if your dog had like a really big dick, and it was just dragging all the time? Like you know how those little dogs with the hot dogs with the short legs, they had a dick longer than their legs. That'd be fucking hilarious. Siphon the cipher. Siphon the cipher. Cipherist. That's so funny. That's what Savan Bomar used to. That used to be his email. That used to be his handle. So cipherist. CIPH. Yeah. Life is a cipher. Yeah, what's the other guy who said life is a meditation unto itself? Seems to be. I'll be right back. I'll get my dog some water. Are you getting water now? There you go. There you go, snackhead. Oh, shit, look at that. Nice. I would disagree slightly that life is a cipher. I would say life is just life, and that people complicate everything by making it a cipher. And somebody decided to encode things in a very bizarre way because they thought they were being slick. Like because you know how many different types of codings and cipherings there are. So like, how would anybody know if in the beginning there was the word, and then God came down and disrupted everybody's language and gave people different tongues, divided the tongues of man. Like then, how can anybody understand any cipher? It's so it becomes absolutely indecipherable, which is you know, I guess a code unto itself, huh? Yeah, I've always, like if there was a, it's like it's like play the game however you want it. It's like everybody's playing a different version of the same game. Is that kind of the way to put it? Like everybody got an Xbox, but they put a different disc in there and played a whatever. It's like it's all one. It's Xbox One. Right? It's all the same thing, except wildly different. Depending on. Ooh, does anybody know the game Katamari Damacy or Beautiful Katamari? Highly suggest it. I believe there's a code nature to reality. There could be. There seems to be just the standard. Um, everything is in the divine proportion, the golden mean. Uh, Everything is 1.618. That kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, Griff, you know Katamari? Katamari is the that is the good stuff right there. Yeah, Divine Hazel, send some Zen energy to your BFF. Some Zen energy. Yeah, people when you try to explain to someone the game Katamari, you sound like a raving lunatic. Like they're like that's fun. Like, oh, you'll see. You try. It's like the simplest, most basic game. And you're like, but no, it's no. You'll see. yeah, Siphon, there is a code to nature. Yeah, look at how plants grow. Look at how that all spirals out like that. Yeah, certainly I think. But to say just like there is an interesting thing with humans because of the mind, the opportunity, the choice, the imagination, all of that that doesn't function in the same way that nature does. It seems we're not like nature. We live in it and amongst it, but we are not very much like it. Because if we were, I couldn't see how something like the mud flood occurred and it was just completely. I couldn't see how religion would occur. I couldn't see how there were kings and queens. I couldn't see how uh, societal structures would come into place. I couldn't see how, that doesn't work in the concept of evolution or prospering or growth. Um, that to me doesn't. I don't see that. It doesn't seem to work into an equation, into any type of. It's like a moving algorithm that just changes every moment with everything that occurs. That you have 7 billion different people inputting into a system. Most are just following the system. Some are programming and pushing buttons and putting cookies and breadcrumbs. But what do they know even? Which becomes the more difficult. Who's watching the watchers is always that's the question. Like who? How do they know? What do they know? What are they doing? Mm. You're from the school, all is mind. Ah, to a degree, but go ahead and grab yourself a hammer and smash it against your hand, and tell me if all is mind, and then I'll show you what a hammer feels like against your hand. You see, it, certainly, of course, you have to think with the mind to pick it. Yes, I agree with like everything comes out of the mind to pick up the hammer, to build the hammer, to do that. But we have these objects that we have. I didn't build any of these things. I mean, there's a few things I did have to build in here. You get some furniture sent to you from from Amazon, and then you spend 2 hours with a screwdriver and all that shit, right? Katamari's on the internet too. I didn't know. I played it on Xbox and on PlayStation. Where does what feeling come from? The aha feeling, or yeah? See, that's yeah. I mean, I pretty much agree with you. I'm just physicality is here. It is. There it is. There's the thing, and there's that, and here's this, and yeah. Yeah, the source is the money. Yeah, but then yeah, but see that I love the game, and that's primarily what I try to explain to people. But what is that game, which is unobtainable? It's unobtainium. Oh, the pain feeling from the hammer. I would suppose the physicality of the hammer hitting the hand. It's not. It's not. Do you think? Do you think if you so you have a baby come out of the womb and it doesn't know anything, and you punch it in the face, like I'm pretty sure the baby's gonna know what that is, even though it has no program loading. You know, it would still know that. Versus like tickly, goo goo gaga. Here's a feather, holding, coddling baby, happy. Punch it in the face, not happy. So the source of the mind is still that's beyond, and but the baby still knows if you hit it in the forehead with the hammer, and it's got a giant hole and bleeding out, his brains are gushing out. It's probably going to not enjoy that, you know. So that things and all his mind and it's to a degree, to a very high degree, it is. We can overcome pains and use our mind to do certain things, and we can produce magic and all of this. This is certain. But there is an element of Mama Earth, of physicality that I'm not sure. I thought at first, Percy, when I looked at it, I thought it said manure. Mature manure. What time are we looking at here, y'all? It's like 2. Okay. I've got a little bit more time here for you. Let's see what my charge is. Okay. Yeah. We good, we good, we good. Okay, I'm gonna play some music because, well, I want to. There it is. You wrote a song? Did you write lyrics, or did you write a song like guitar, piano, etc.? Did you play it? Would you play a song for us, Percy? Lyrics, yes. It's so funny. Yeah. Do you like it? Oh, you like melodic? Melodic, yeah.
Yeah, stringies. Let's see if I got stringies on here. Pretty sure I do. Let's see what I can find in the string realm. Strings and things. Will there be strings here? I guess a guitar. Do you can? Let's see. You like violin, bass, like violin and something. Is that in the same category as say something you strum, like a bass or a guitar? Is that would you call it the same thing? A violin, you can still kind of pluck and play. Well, whoever else is here, feel free to jump into the chat. Yeah, yeah. I think there's something a little different. Yeah. Although there's a dude, and now that I know that I played that video last night, and it was called I can do I could do I could do videos that I where I comment on the video, the reaction videos, and I did, and it got fucking nope. It was like no, you cannot do a reaction video. It's like how the fuck are all these other people doing reaction videos? That was a so anyways, my point is go listen to this dude. His name is Marquise Tolliver. You will thoroughly like that because he plays a violin but also plucks it. Marquise Tolliver, Toliver, and he I think he did a song with like John Lennon or somebody. Was it maybe yeah, but something like super like Beatles-esque kind of. Yeah, Marquise Tolliver, man. Yeah, feel free. Anybody else? It's not like me and Leo don't just always Percy don't chat enough here. Feel free to say something. I do not I do not discriminate. Oh yeah, yesterday. Oh, his voice is out of control. Good. Um, that was what Teddy Swims I played yesterday. Teddy Swims. And here, I'll play a little more of my music because nobody wants to talk. You don't want to talk? Fine. Have some music. What do we have here? When am I going to host a gathering? A gathering like the I went to a Rainbow Tribe gathering once. It was like down the street from where I used to live in Indiana, and I didn't know. Like I was just like was trying. I was finding some spring water, and I was like, what is all this music? What are these fucking goofballs doing here? It's like a small little town, like dirt road and shit. Like back in the woods, just fucking doing whippets and sleeping in trees and Um, uh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you all welcome to New Orleans. I've always put it out there. You're welcome to come to New Orleans. I can kind of, I have a place where people could sleep for a couple nights, you know, and if you had some dollars on it, we'd chip in and we could rent out something. We could have a fucking, how would you integrate the word Zen into the word festival? I mean, you got Ren Fest, Renaissance festivals. You could do Zen Fest, but I'm sure somebody's already done that, so it's kind of fucking not unique. Zestival, zestival, yeah, I like that zestival, zenstival. Yeah, I mean, and I've said this on earlier broadcasts too. Um, it's like Festivus, Zestivus, Zestifus, I've said it before, like if people really wanted to organize something and like do a fucking event or something, I'm down. Like depending on how many people want to come through, like there's enough places we could organize a gathering of goofiness. You guys can hear me over the music. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess I know enough musicians down here. It'd be like an open forum for musicians, and maybe you guys can listen to me talk for a little while. Yeah, Percy, fucking old Hammond organ. I don't know instruments like that, but that sounds awesome. Um, Percy, what you mean? Hire a stadium? Like a whole, like like the fucking, you mean like the fucking stadium? You think it would be that big? Yeah, Percy, you could ever a working woman's club. Yeah. A working woman's club. Now I'm Tom Brady. A stadium. Yeah, I mean it's right there. I just think it might for a day might be kind of costly. I don't know if that many people would show up. But yeah, certainly some there's plenty of small venues around here. Some of the flicking Brady. Um, time frame? I don't give a shit. It's beautiful here always. Um, that was always the thing when I've invited people before. It's like when they could get here. Um, it is tomorrow. Wait, oh shit, is it tomorrow? No, it's today. No shit, Mardi Gras started today. Mardi Gras, and then it really starts like in about 3 weeks. But today is the first couple parades, and then Mardi Gras, then it's festival season, man. It's like it's nonstop, man. So yeah, if you want to come through, I don't give a fuck. Just how hot do you want it to be? If you do it in July or August, it's gonna be 100 degrees. If you guys can stand that. Let me see here. Give me a second. Let's see if I get a calendar here. Oh, oh. Fucking no. It's gonna be stupid. Fucking stupid. I can't get this shit to work. Oh well. Get a decent Eastern acoustic work system. Eastern. Is there any naturesque spot where there's a swimmable body of water? There's the river is right there. So as far as swimming goes, there's plenty of pools. There's rooftop pools everywhere. My apartment, I got 2 pools at, and then there's just like natural bodies of water. I mean, there's places you could jump in the water if you wanted. There's City Park. There's plenty of places with water. Is it do people normally do that? No. But the Mississippi River is right there, and all of the hippies jump in there and bathe in there and fucking swim around in it. Um, and then north of here, only a couple miles, is a giant Lake Pontchartrain, and that is swimmable. And there, I think they redid the beach and shit there. So yeah, there's swimmable waters. There's water around. Like a natural. I mean, there's lakes and shit around. You'd have to get outside of the city proper. Is that a band? Am I missing something here? Headwaters of Mississippi. Is that a band? Oh, that's what's going on here. Oh yeah, the start of the Mississippi. That's up in the beginning of the Mississippi is up in almost Canada. The Mississippi actually starts in Canada, but then there's like a uh Itasca, not Ithaca, Itasca. It's in Minnesota. Minnesota. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of people say it starts in Minnesota, but I think it really starts in Canada and goes down and leaks into that lake and then down into the Mississippi, which is the major body of water in the Americas. I mean, it's Americans just trying to be like, no, that wasn't Canada's water, it's ours. And you come all the way down to where it lets out into the sea, into the Gulf, excuse me. You can see all the you can see where the shit from all of the north comes down to the south, and it becomes the swamps. It becomes all the dookie, the turds, the turds of the north that flow downstream, and that's why there's swamps. It's a bunch of shit. I'm almost back. Yeah. 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 So June, July, August is not. No, I think most people think that's way too hot. It's between 90 and 100. So anywhere between January and May is pretty decent weather. Sending turds, sending turds your way. Thank you, thank you. We appreciate the turds. I've only gone down to the swamps a couple times. It's pretty cool. You get to see the alligators, and it's cool to see. But swamp life, swamp life. Hey. Yeah, the 100 degrees, I don't mind, but if you're not used to it, it's tough. It's like you need to shower. You need to shower multiple times a day. Have an extra shirt with you until you're used to it. Yeah. Jay Marley, how many how many years are you again? How many of the rotations of the things above us? How many times did that happen? 35. I think you might be one of the elders here today. I don't know. There's always such a different age groups that come here. It's so interesting to me. That sometimes there's like 60-year-old women. Sometimes there's like 20-year-old dudes. There's a whole. Percy is 40. Is he? Is he? Johnny K. I did not know. I thought you were younger, Johnny K. I just from the. Is it Joni? Am I saying it wrong every time? It's Joni? You 501? I'm 504 now. Siphon 22? 51. See, look at 51, 22, 41. Percy, how old? I always ask him this. I think he's younger than I think. I think Percy is what? I'm 48 but feel 46. Yeah, I'm somewhere in there but feel like I'm yeah, I feel like I'm like 250,000 years old, and then sometimes I feel like I'm like 3 days old. I don't know. It's just depends on the day, man. You know? Depends on the day. Yeah, no way he's 48. People, yeah, some of us age different. We age different out here. Everybody here is familiar with how old I am. Yes. Do you know? So Joni it is. Biologically 25, spiritually 250, Gregorian 35. I like that. Yes. This is very, very, very close. We're very close in years. Biologically, I'm mentally like 5 years old because I like fart jokes. I like poop humor. I like saying dumb things. Yeah, 50 is J Marley. 50 is the new 50 is the new 20, right? Or something. Isn't that what they weren't they doing that a couple years back? 40 is the new 30, 30 is the new whatever. I don't know. 50 is the new 50 is the new 50 is the new 600. 600 club. J Marley, I'm mentally from 7 to 70, depending on where my car keys went. Yeah, if you smoke too much, where'd I put them? What the fuck? What have I done? I have somewhere to be. Oh, hey, Percy, or not Percy. Jay Marley. I looked up that the person that you said was crushing on my man meat. She sounds like some. She sounds exactly. Her voice is exactly like a friend of mine that I talked to. It's exactly the same. I was like, holy shit, is that you? So very funny. Yeah. I'm gonna go grab another beer. Give me a second. The hot mess. I could hear it. I could hear it. I could hear it in her voice. It's 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 quite like I have friends that I've known. Always chicks with that kind of raspy like something voice. It's very Bostonian, Boston, Florida. It's a weird dynamic between the attitudes of people in Florida that I've known and the people Florida, Boston. It's a interesting mix. Well, hey, J Marley, thanks for putting me on to that. I'll get on that expressway to nowhere land. You guys know this one? Cheers. So look at that. Boston, Florida. Yeah. I should have known that. Yeah. I can see that. It's just the brain is just frantic. It's like ah, ah. It's how my brain is if I don't have a dog to pet or a beer to drink. It's not that bad. The keys, no shit. Oh, you guys can have some meat love. Look at she glows. There it is. She looks like an alligator now. Which way? Huh? Do you want to get in here? What are you doing? So yeah, Florida. You told me this already, but yeah, Florida. I've enjoyed Florida many a times. I've been to maybe like 6 cities in Florida. Miami, uh, Miami, the Alabama, Floribama, like right there. Let's see, Fort Lauderdale, um, a lot of and a couple cities on the East Coast. Never Orlando. Never. Yeah. Wait. Hold on a second. What? Which? Oh, you're asking Percy. Oh, okay. At Percy. Hot Mess Express. East London gangsters in Florida. That makes sense. I could see that. I could see that for sure. I've never been to Jupiter Beach. Um, there was a couple other beaches I've been, but on the Gulf, like in the Gulf there, not on the. I haven't quite made my way around. I flew down, I drove down a couple times, but like down 95, Naples, St. Augustine. Yeah, I did the East Coast 95, and then flew to Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and then drove around the Gulf area. Never got in the middle of the place though. No, you know what? I don't know. I don't know why. I want to play this. I want to play this song. I'm feeling. I'm feeling very. Everything about Florida to me is just fucking dance club music, and so I'm going to play some. I'll play some dance club music. Let me find. Let me find out. Let me see here. Fucking Florida. I don't know. I don't know why. Although I've never really been to any dance clubs there. I've been to some jazz clubs and like Cuban joints and yeah, normal people. There's no normal people in Florida. Florida is the most not normal place ever. I mean, New Orleans is not normal at all, but I think it's normal because people are very just doing their own thing. More socially adept. Yeah, here's a question for everybody. Where do you think the most socially adept people are? Like they can just, I would say here, most socially adept people, because they can kind of traverse through code switching and things. You have to have a lot of different culture in you. Cows? Are there even cows? See, like that. Is there even cows in Florida? I thought that was like a Midwest term. That I've only heard that term when I lived in Indiana, Illinois, but I didn't live in the. I lived in the southern part of Illinois. They all from the Midwest. Yeah, all the Midwest. They went to they. It was like the really dumb girls from the Midwest. They said, "I want to go to Hollywood and become an actress." And they went to Hollywood, Florida, and then they got stuck in Florida and became the country bumpkin. Like they should have probably just moved to Alabama. Yeah. And you guys get a lot of overspill to Alabama. Alabama is. It's a unique place. It's a unique place. Yeah, cow tipping is fully on in like. Yeah, see, I never been there, but I just think it's, you get to know Florida through the memes, huh? You got like what? You got like basically you got the people that live in Orlando, around Lake Okeechobee, and then people that just live on the coast. That's about it, right? The rest of it is just like driving in the middle of nowhere. I can imagine living in a suburb away from the water. If you live in a state that is bordering on water and you don't live near the water, I couldn't imagine what that would be like. I'm trying to think of everywhere I've lived, except for two places near the water. Oh, St. Pete. Yeah, I've heard a lot about that. What's the dude's name? Um, Elliot. You know Elliot? He has a really big YouTube channel. Weightlifter, fucking big as fucking beast mode. He used to do a show called Yo Elliot. Very, very, very smart dude. He's from St. Pete. Elliot Hulse, yeah. Yeah. Do you know that dude? Do you know of him or do you know him? Yeah, he seems like yeah, he seems like a real cool motherfucker, man. Yeah, a lot of a couple years ago, I used to follow him pretty regularly, and I like his delivery and his philosophy on working out and how he intertwines that into his teachings. Yeah, he's good. He's a good cat. That is a weird thing when people are like too big for their own. I don't know. It's I don't know. I don't know. Probably. I haven't talked to him in a little bit. Yeah, he probably did though. Yeah, Jay, you a big motherfucker too, right? You beef head, right? You like are you Colossus size? Like what the fuck is his name? Who else comes on here that I always that I embarrass him? I call him Thor because he's like 6'6", two fucking 50 or something. Yeah, Jimin Awake is fucking big. Oh, and you know else who's kind of big? Like he does yeah, Jimin. um do y'all remember Daniel what the fuck is his tag? Daniel he does Muay Thai. Like he's in Thailand, white dude, fucking ripped. And I know Daniel Drury. Remember that dude? He like professionally Muay Thai, like fucking fights. Like he's big. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, 5'8", 165. You know, if you stay and you put the work in, 165 is not a bad weight at 5'8". I remember the days when I was 180. That was just fat. You're like, oh yeah, Athlete and X dude is really fucking. He's super cut, man. I don't like all of his strategies, but I mean, he got it done, man. He's a He's like sculpted. You know, there's people that go for like that aesthetic look, that sculpted aesthetic look, and then there's people that just like, are we putting weights up? Yeah, I just not. I never get you, man. I got into lifting weights once or twice. You know, like for a period of time, but. What's up, Siphon? California was an island. It seems so, yeah. Certainly. Siphon, come here. Just change subject. We talking about Cali now. Cali life. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what there's a couple of people I know that they were very much into all of that, and then they started to recognize like GNC nutritional training, and then they came to realize like none of that was really actually doing it for them, and it was actually the training and the work they put in, not the supplements and all of the extra shit. Yeah, Zigzag. Anybody seen Zigzag? Zigzag is a fucking pretty huge motherfucker. And he used to be into selling all like supplements with GNC and doing all that shit. And then he got hip to like all the other, you know, your shivambu and natural medicines and gardening, and realized that was the better way about it. Yeah, I've only been to, let's see, I don't think I've ever been to Cali. Been to Phoenix, been to Arizona, been to Las Vegas, Nevada, never really Cali though. That's so funny. Laurel Canyon's looking for them freaks. Lot of crazy folk there, huh? Isn't that funny? Jay Marley, you see, all the same here, man. It's like and it's in a very similar fashion. Like people that are hippies think I'm a hippie kind of, right? But I'm smart, so they think I'm like, huh. But then the people that are like suit and tie business heads, they're like, they know that I know something, but think I'm a, you know, they always switch it up. They don't get it. They don't get it. I'm a little bit of you. I'm a little bit of that. I'm a little bit of this shit, a little bit of that shit. I'm a little bit of neo soul, huh? Who else joined us? Yeah, anomalous is correct to the normal thinking. If you can't dance, you don't stand a chance. I have to go piss, so I'll be right back. Whoever else entered the room, identify yourself, make a comment below, and I will talk to you. Oh, dude, check out a song. Phil Collins made a song, I Can't Dance. Check out the song by LL Cool J called "Can't Dance Kid." No, there's apparently there's 11 people. Peace, love, and sunshine. Go check out LL Cool J, "Can't Dance Kid," wearing that "Can't Dance" cologne. I'll be right back. Jay Riley, what? A 20-minute synopsis of the song? All right, well, if you don't like my diatribe, if you don't like what I'm saying, man, I'll give you a synopsis of the song so you can go give a shit to the toilet. I thought this was entertaining. I thought I was entertainment. Is this not entertainment? Is that what he says? Is that how does he say it? I can't. I don't want to scream that loud right now. Yeah, there's so many. There's like I'm talking, and then I have to go over here. I mean, I always get back to where I'm talking. It's always a circle to me. If I'm talking about something, I can always kind of get off the track and weave a couple yarns together and find our way back to the beginning. Into taint ed. Yeah. Into your taint education. he could have flat feet. I was laughing with a friend who said to a big stabby bonehead that he had the beat of hip hop in his blood. That is that some hackney shit that I don't know? Is that some I mean, I think I could decode it, but do I not entertain you? Is that, what am I some kind of joke to you? This is you think I'm funny? Trying to tell a joke here? Maybe one of these days we'll do a whole segment dedicated to jokes. I don't know any jokes though, so I can't recite any jokes. It's I'm the worst at it. Do I not? Oh, here, hey, Hood, what up? Give me a number, cause I'm getting bored of my selections, and I really, as soon as I get back to my house tonight, I told you I'm gonna read everybody this section on milk and honey, and I'll have my other computer system where I'll be able to play some different music because I'm getting bored of what's on here. Give me a number or a letter. Do it. Do it now. One letter, one number, and I'll work with that. We will divine from the tarot deck of music that I've made. Anyone? Is anyone? Is anyone paying attention? Excuse me, you there back in the back of the number 8. I will use that. We'll go with 80. We'll go with 80. If I can find it. Where did you go? There it is. Let's see what happens here. Hold on, I'm trying to remember this one now. I was walking my dog and I was going off on someone. Was it in public, or did I do it on the phone where I was talking shit to somebody? Was I in a field talking shit to someone, or was I walking the dog on a sidewalk somewhere? You gotta help me with this, because there's a few videos I'm sure. Yeah, it was outside. Yeah, no, I got you on that. I'm just saying I was talking to somebody in public. How long ago, maybe? Oh, I was just ranting to you guys. Okay. Huh. Hmm. I'm trying to remember what that which one that was. Because anytime people remind me about, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, that one. Yeah. Oh, just a few days ago. Yeah. Oh, I think I've made up with that person, or the person apologized or whatever. I don't know. I don't I don't know who the fuck it was. I mean, I do know who it was, but yeah, if I feel it's better out than in, right? Isn't that what they say? I don't know who they are, but they do say that. Just expressing how I feel. Is there a right or wrong way to express yourself? Wasn't that a song? You gotta express yourself. That from the '90s. Who was that? Was that? Let's see. If somebody can tell me the name of the band, express yourself. Express yourself. No. It was. I think it was. It sounds like something like for. No, I wasn't gonna say non-blondes. I was gonna say. I think it was like a '90s. Nah, it was. It wasn't. I'll play. Yeah, I got you, Siphon. Um, it's so close. I kind of recall like Four Chicks, '90s hip hop. Was it Madonna? It might have been Madonna. Yeah, now I think it is Madonna. No? Yeah, well, I mean, You used to listen to who? Alex Jones? Didn't he used to be a comedian? Yeah, he does. He does. I don't really. I just know that it entertains other people. Some of it helps me, like it does certainly, but I think it's just funny and other people like it. 14. Let me see what I got here. Let's go 1 4. Let's see 140. Yeah, Bill Hicks. Yeah, bad to the bone. Peace, love, sunshine. It was not NWA. No, no. That's not the song I'm thinking of. Maybe they did. It was certainly Madonna or some. You can't call him Billy Boy. The only Billy Boy is Billy fucking Red Nuts. No, it's not a Mario sample. It's from someone yodeling. Um, Bill Hicks. Nah, the only Billy Boy is Billy fucking. Thank you, J Marley. It was Madonna. Is Billy Red Nuts. Bill Burr, yo. Bill Burr is the only Billy Boy. Billy Freckles in the fucking Billy fucking nut red nut Freckles. But he's uh I would say maybe one of the most fearless comedians. His his okay, so you think I rant? You think I go off on shit? Bill Burr did fucking 12 minutes. I don't know if it was 8 minutes. I don't know. In front of what, Philadelphia? Or was it Boston? I don't know, was it Philly or Boston? Philadelphia. He went off on the whole audience for like 8 minutes. He just stopped his whole set because they were being assholes. Yeah, yeah. NWA did have a song. I did not know this. Bill Burr, fuck it. When he did that, I was like, oh, this dude right here. That is that is some shit right there. Yeah, it was definitely Philadelphia because I think he's from Boston, right? That shit was so fucking, oh man. That was off the chains. I was off the rails. Number a letter, anybody? Anyone? Anybody? Bilber got big red brass balls of steel, dude. And because I think he's only gonna get better because, yeah, because so that's so funny. You just typed the same number, but I'll play 141 because he's getting older and he cares even less now. The fact that he's married to a black woman shows you enough, and that she's like she got attitude for no reason, and he decided to deal with that. Now he's old, red haired, married to a black woman. That dude's got fucking humongoid nuts, and then he gives no shit. As you watch him like develop, and he's on interviews, he'll just be like, whatever. Oh yeah. Oh, you said 30, 33, of course. You got. Let me see if it's on here. I think I titled that one. I titled the earlier ones that I made. Um, hmm. Let's go with this one. I think this is around that one. That might be it. What? What's she doing? Okay. 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 We are back. Well, at least I'm back. Are you here? Who are you? What are you doing here? What's going on? What's good on your side of the black mirror? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I got a couple more minutes here before I have to take the puppy to the outside environment and then find my way to the most magical dinner experience of Indian food. You say we. You say we. We need to drink pee. We Irish, Irish, an Irish accent. You Percy, you ever heard? Have you ever heard? Fucking what's his? What is his name? What's he go by? Why am I having so much? I think my brain is broken right now. What's his name? Dave Mannion. You ever heard him speak? He got a nice accent about him. It's not even a wee Irish. It's how would you say a lot of bit? No, I don't even know how you'd say that. Hawaii Irish accent. Brother. Well, for anybody else in here, if you do have any questions or comments, please leave them here now, because in the next few minutes I do have to roll. It feels like it's been longer than 23 minutes since I've started the show, but apparently it's telling me 23 minutes. I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. Now the time is lying to me. 12:36. And now it is 3. See, how's it telling me that? See, it's all fucked. It's telling me 23 minutes, and I know that the video started like way long time ago. A weird thing, huh? Siphon, good book on Western astrology or a channel? Man, I mean, you should just. I mean, Santos Bonacci is probably the best thing you could look into. Santos. I mean, you know Santos, don't you? Pretty much everybody. Everybody who's into the occult knowledge. Yeah. Other people that are into astrology. There's some people that come on here that are really into astrology and tarot. Some of his connections, maybe. All in all, though, all in all, you're not going to find everybody that, everything that they're saying is. But he's spanning it across a couple languages too, which is very interesting. There's some people that come on here that know astrology very well. I don't know if I don't think they have channels though, which is a little bit. I try to encourage people that can be. Okay, yeah, can be. Some of yeah. See, Percy, some of his shit, man, is really kind of a stretch. I get what he's saying about some of it, but some of it is a little stretchy, a little bit. Could be right, but some of it's very solid. Like, what did I just see? I don't know if he did it or somebody else did. That Elvis, who's the president of the United States? Elvis. Go fucking figure that one out. And then you see it. As soon as you see a picture of Elvis towards the end of his career, and then you see a picture of Buddy Guy, it's pretty much the same dude. I would probably say that's him. I would lean towards that. Elvis is the fucking president of the United States. Who would believe it? Elvis presidently. Yeah. Evidently, Elvis Presley is the president. Yeah. That's nonsense. The siphon. Go ahead, do yourself a favor. Go look at pictures of Elvis and look at him side by side. And there's a couple interesting things where people are making memes of it because Trump said people used to say he looked like Elvis. And then you look at him when he's younger, because all you see is him now as an old, fat, orange, whatever. But the lips match up. The hair is very similar. The ears, if you can find it, it's pretty spot on. I mean, and again, you always got to take into account that JFK was Jimmy Carter. If you don't know that, then you don't know. JFK is Jimmy Carter. Anybody that's in Hollywood that dies, normally they'll take another role on. JFK and Jimmy Carter are a fucking perfect match. It's definitely. Yeah, it's not even that one you can't not see. As soon as you like people that have done like the facial diagnostics, but the only thing is Jimmy Carter. He got old gray hair and like this. It's pretty much him. Any famous actor. Come on, how many actors have we had that are presidents? All of them, yes. But Ronald Reagan, Donald Trump, you know, yeah. It's they just take on other roles, man. How many people in Hollywood really died? Are they all the original immortal vampires? Maybe. Johnny K. Obama is BJ Armstrong. I was leaning that direction for a while. It's a possibility. If I'm gonna give you two clues that kind of put it towards absolutely is if you watch someone shoot a basketball left-handed and they're naturally left-handed, it looks natural. Obama shooting the ball left-handed doesn't look natural. He's good at it. BJ Armstrong was right-handed. Go look at their signatures. They're exactly the same. PJ Armstrong and Obama's signature are exactly the same. And if you watch, there's a video, there's a movie, not a movie, a TV show called High Maintenance. It's about this dude that delivers weed. Really good show, really really great show. Good storytelling, good people dynamics, good actors, good shit. Obama is in the last episode, and he's like the last episode of I think season 3 or 4. And Obama's painting a picture of this white dude who's lying naked on a bed. Now this is just okay, whatever. But he's painting with his right hand. Everybody knows Obama's left-handed, right? Why is he in the show writing with his right hand? Why is he painting with his right hand? I don't know, man. They look an awful lot alike. Chicago, you got the Chicago connection, same height, blah blah blah. Could be. Speech patterns pretty close. I don't know. Could be. What's up, Samara? We were talking about presidents and basketball players. I am here. Hello, Samara. Do you like the color? Do you like the am I glowing? A really good tan right now. So I only got a couple more minutes, y'all, because I have to I could take dog outside. Looking like Gandalf. Gandalf the Grey. Gandalf the glowing graybeard. Told you this is what I really look like. I actually have to put a whole skin suit on and dye my hair to not look like this. Putin could have been. I don't know about. I have never looked into that, but I mean it's all funny. Like it's like with actors and the basketball players and things. It's not a big deal, but it is in the sense that like people think that politics are real and that basketball isn't rigged. That's the only problem. If you go to a movie, you know that the person is acting. So you pay your $10 admission charge and you go into the movie theater and you go, this is a show, it's 2 hours, that person's acting, and it's a story. So be it. But you pay your money to go to a basketball game, you might gamble on it, and you got politicians that are like selling you all these ideas, and you believe that's real. That's the issue that I think most people would have. And if they were like, no way basketball is not rigged, no way politics is a bunch of actors playing multiple roles. I don't know. Could be robots, could be prosthetics, could be a bunch of things. There you go, Percy. That's exactly what it is. It's amusing, but people actually invest money and energy and emotion into it. But they because they've been told it's true. That's where the that's the if you let people know ahead of time, people would still come and watch basketball. They still would come and watch basketball. You know why you know this? People go to the WWF, the WWE, they go watch wrestling. They know that shit's bullshit. They know that's not really occurring. But people come and pay for it. People go to watch the Globetrotters. They still pay and go, right? Politics. People would still, they go, okay, they're all just doing this. They would still invest into it. Bye, Samara. all right, shaman clown. Yeah, it gets people to invest wastefully into something that isn't true. It's like people that celebrate Christmas. Still, I'm Santa Claus. Here's your gift. There, it's free. Have a good day. All right, y'all. I gotta take this dog for the walk, and I will probably be on here later, and I'll do that video on milk and honey, and I don't know. There'll be a couple other things. Ricky Gervais. Oh, he did that. Yeah, I started the video with that. Ricky Gervais. Yeah, he's hilarious. It's too funny. All right, guys. I'm ass out of here. It's always a pleasure. Do weird things, be funny, and engage with the grand populace and do magical things. So, yeah.